Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the Ursprung Gymnasium at the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's Men's Ohio Athletic Conference basketball action on tap as we complete the doubleheader between the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and the visiting Capital Comets from Bexley, Ohio. Coming into today's game, the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets are 5-5 overall, 3-3 at home, 1-2 in Ohio Athletic Conference play, and 1-1 in OAC home games. Capital comes in at 4-6 overall, 2-3 away from home, 1-2 in Ohio Athletic Conference play, and 0-1 away from home in OAC play. Leading the way for the Comets in scoring at 15 points per game, it's Justin Nixon. He shoots 60.6% from the field and 72.9% from the line, while averaging 6.6 rebounds per game. He's also the team leader in blocks, comes in third with 22 assists, and leads the team with 15 steals, also scoring in double figures. Alex Eink, who averages 10.5 points per game to go along with 3.0 rebounds. He's handed out 8 assists, blocked 2 shots, and registered 9 steals while shooting 34.4% from the field, 31% from three-point range, and 71.8% from the free throw line. Capital coming in off of a loss. They have just one win in their previous 6 outings, and that came in overtime against Ohio Northern on December 14th. They were 100-90 winners in the Capital Center against Ohio Northern. Their last outing came on December 19th at Washington and Jefferson. They were on the wrong end of a 88-76 score, and they have been off since before the Christmas holiday. So it's a long stretch without basketball, 2 weeks in total for the Capital Comets since the last time they were on the floor in a competitive situation. Prior to their last win, which came against Ohio Northern, they lost to Ohio Wesleyan by 8, to Trine by 30-25 against Heidelberg, and then by 6 at Mount Union. So this is a team looking to right the ship a little bit after starting 3-1. They have fallen on hard times and gone 1-5 in their last 6. Baldwin Wallace comes in also off of a loss. They fell to Pitt Greensburg 93-85 on New Year's Eve afternoon. So that was earlier this week. Prior to that, they had been off for 2 weeks to the day when they defeated La Roche 73-69 in their last 2 outings in Ohio Athletic Conference play. Baldwin Wallace suffered an 85-49 loss to Otterbein here at home on December 7th, and then at Muskingum 77-46 on December 14th. Leading the way for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, it's Ray Ellington at 15.9 points per game. He averages 7.4 rebounds to go along with it. And Miles Reynolds averaging 11.8 points per game and 4.2 rebounds. He's handed out 14 assists for the Yellow Jackets and is tied with Titus Baskerville, the 4th, for the team lead with 12 steals. A.J. Postello, one of the men in the middle for the Yellow Jackets, also averages double figures at 10.3 points per game. He pulls in 6.0 rebounds per game, which is second only to Ellington on the season. He has blocked a team best 17 shots, which is far and away the team lead. The next closest person is Andrew Griffith with 5 blocks. So Postello with more than 3 times the amount of blocked shots as the next leading Yellow Jacket. Postello also adept on the defensive end in terms of getting into the passing lane. He's stolen the ball away 10 times from opponents, which is 3rd on the team. Not bad at all for the Yellow Jackets sophomore forward from Cuyahoga Falls and Stone Monroe Falls High School. now we're going to turn things over to our PA announcer for the starting lineups for today's game. The starting five for the Comets: Alex Ike, Saran Callaway White, Dom Megerly, McCain Finkenbein, and Justin Nixon. Starting it off for the Yellow Jackets: Miles Reynolds, Titus Baskerville IV, AJ Postello, Andrew Griffith, and Ray Ellington. The Comets will be in purple uniforms with capital written in white letters across the front chest of the jersey, trimmed in silver numbers trimmed in white on both the front and backs of the jerseys, and then silver and white accents down each side of the jersey and shorts. The Yellow Jackets will be in gray with the BW Athletics logo on the chest and a brown and gold trim down the sides of the jerseys. The numbers are in white, trimmed in brown. The Yellow Jackets will go right to left here in this first half of play. Capital will go left to right. Postello against Nixon. And it will be the Comets who will control, but the official who tossed the ball up said, we're going to do that again because that didn't look quite right. So we will retip with Nixon against Postello, and this time the Comets will get it for real, as it is Finkenbein with the basketball. It gets sent over right wing to Ike from Megerly. Ike back to Megerly. He'll reverse it left side. It gets entered into the post now to Nixon. Nixon kicks it out. It's Ike for three. In and out. No good. Rebound will be battled for underneath the hoop, and it'll be Postello who will come out with the basketball. He'll outlet it far sideline to Titus Baskerville IV. Off on the right wing. Baskerville out between the circles to Reynolds. Into the high post it goes to Postello. Postello back to Reynolds. Thought about a three from the left wing. Now working his way around the screen. Gets to the free throw line. Backs it back out. And then had the ball bumped out of his hands. He never really lost possession, and he kept walking, which is a travel. So it's a turnover for the Yellow Jackets. Finkenbein with it for the Comets. He'll hand off to Megerly. Megerly off right side with a pass to Ike. Ike lobs it inside to Nixon, and that's an easy two for the 6'5", 225-pound senior out of Minster, Ohio, to put Capital in front by a 2-0 count. Reynolds back between the circles over to Ellington on the right wing. Ellington gets a screen from Griffith. On the dribble drive, spins to his left. Gets to the right of the lane. Now gets into the lane, lobs it into the corner to Baskerville. Baskerville catches it. Trying to drive it in the lane himself, gets it poked away. It's stolen by the Comets. It's Ike running a 3-on-2. Dumps it off to Megerly. Check that Callaway White, and Callaway White misses the shot over Griffith. It's rebounded by Reynolds. Reynolds off on the right wing. Out to Postello on the drive. Spins to his left. Goes up over Nixon and gets it to go. To even a score at 2 with 18:15 left in the first half. Megerly hands off to Eink. Gets it back on a lob. Catches it in the post, on a double team, out to the right wing to Finkenbein. He'll dribble to the free throw line, pull up from 15, missed the shot. The putback from Megerly is no good. The second attempt is up, and he draws the foul. And will go to the line to shoot two. Where on the year he is 20 of 38, 52.6%. Really gets the ball from the official, puts it on the deck twice, aims, fires, and is off the mark to the right side of the rim. He'll try to split the pair and give Capital a lead once more. Second attempt on the way, and it will roll in this time. It's 3-2 in favor of the Comets with 17:53 to go here in the first half. Baskerville with the basketball. Dribbles out between the circles, sends it to Ellington in the corner. Ellington back to Baskerville. He'll kick it near side to Reynolds. Reynolds on the left wing on the drive. Goes baseline, wraparound shot, no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Callaway White. He'll outlet it near side to Eink. Eink on the right side of the floor, out front to Nixon. He'll send it left wing to Finkenbein. Finkenbein in the corner, out to Nixon. A great pass inside, but it was low and off the hands of Nixon, out of bounds. That's a turnover for the Comets. Baskerville brings it up between the circles. Gets into the lane, tries to dump it down low to Postello. He loses it. He punches it out of bounds, but it's deflected by one of the Comets, as the official on the baseline. And BW will inbound it with 16 on the shot clock. The lob goes from Baskerville to Postello. He sends it over to Reynolds on the right side of the floor. Reynolds over to Ellington. Ellington on the left wing, driving against Callaway White. Steps back out to the left wing. Enters it inside to Postello with one on the shot clock. He lets it go. It's off the rim, rebounded by Megerly. He outlets it far side to Finkenbein. Finkenbein fakes the handoff to Megerly, then gives it to Callaway White. Back to Megerly on the left wing. He'll give it to Eink. Eink lobs it inside to Nixon. Nixon controls it after three tips, and then it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Yellow Jackets. So 14 seconds left on the shot clock. 16:34 left in the first half. It's 3-2 in favor of the Comets, with Capital in possession of the basketball underneath their own hoop. The lob goes to Nixon in the high post. He'll swing it over to Megerly on the right side. Now over to Finkenbein. Thought about a three. A good closeout defensively by Reynolds. Forces the pass into Nixon. Nixon backing down Postello. Spins to his right. Hook shot up. Off back iron. Rebound to Ellington. Ellington between the circles, dribbles off left of the lane. From the left wing, he'll hoist a three. Left it short. Rebound pulled in by A.J. Postello. Postello on a low block. Spins to his right with a drop step. Goes back left, up and in to give the Yellow Jackets a 4-3 advantage. 4 minutes gone in this first half. Finkenbein with the basketball. Guarded by Baskerville. He'll swing it over to Nixon. Nixon lost his footing but kept his dribble. Gave it back to Finkenbein. On the drive, dumps it to Nixon. Nixon in traffic. Count it. Oh, no, it gets waved off by the official on the baseline. He called Nixon for a travel. So 3 substitutions for the Comets coming in. Number 2, Darryl Cooper. Number 5, Ryan Seaver. And number 34, Brody Gowan. Yellow Jackets will hold with their starting 5. Baskerville into the front court. Between the circles, he'll dribble off left side after a screen from Postello. Now in front to Griffith for 3. Got it. 6-4. Yellow Jackets in front. Rather, check that, 7-3. The Yellow Jackets are in front with 15-18 left here in the first half. The ball gets reversed the left wing to Callaway White. Back to Finkenbein, the 2 starters that are still in the game for the Comets. As Megerly, Nixon, and Eink took seats at that latest substitution. Now Isaac Richardson comes in for the Yellow Jackets to relieve Andrew Griffith. Foul on the Yellow Jackets on the bump of Finkenbein. And he'll lob it into Callaway White. Callaway White gets a screen out top from Seaver. Drives to the left wing, lobs it into Seaver in the mid-post. Back to Callaway White. On the drive, he spins to his right and backs it back out beyond the three-point arc. 5 on the shot clock. Finkenbein with it. He doesn't realize he splits the Jacket defense, dumps it, and Cooper cannot get it hoisted in time. Cooper caught it basically as the buzzer sounded. So good defensive possession by the Yellow Jackets. Checking in for BW number 3, Braden Hamilton, the 6'3 junior guard from Brunswick, will relieve Miles Reynolds. So now Capital will get another substitution as LJ Dees will check in, and he will spell Finkenbein. Hamilton inbounds it to Baskerville, who brings it up into the left wing. Now into the lane, he scoops shot up. Shot over a defender, drew a foul, missed the shot, but he'll get 2 coming from the line. Baskerville 20 of 27 from the free throw line this year, 74.1%. Baskerville will be offline to our left. Toes the line. Gives the ball a dribble, then a spin, aims, fires, and knocks it down for BW. They're in front by 5 now. Dom Megerly returns. He'll relieve Saran Callaway White. Megerly, the lone starter on the floor for Capital, as Baskerville will complete the pair and give the Yellow Jackets a 9-3 advantage with 14:35 to play in the half. LJ Dees running point. Sends it right wing to Cooper. Out front to Seaver. Now back to Dees on the left side of the floor. Dees going to his left. Picks up the ball. Sends it out to Megerly. Megerly out top. Spins into the lane. Backdoors a pass. And Gowan misses the dunk. He goes in hard to the wall here at Ursprung Gymnasium. Now Richardson goes up off the window and in on the other end of the floor. A 5-on-4 break for the Yellow Jackets. It's 11-3 in favor of the Yellow Jackets as the Comets will burn a timeout. Interim head coach Anthony Golson not liking what he's seeing and elects to call a stop to the proceedings for the moment. Well, we have this opportunity. I want to remind you that today's men's and women's basketball games against Capital are being brought to you by University Hospitals, Jasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's games are also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball games on BWYellowJackets.com. Out of the timeout, the Comets will send Seaver, Dees, Megerly, Cooper, and Gowan back onto the floor. The Yellow Jackets will respond with Baskerville, Richardson, Ellington, Hamilton, and then seeing his first action today for BW number 24, Caden Hudak, a 6'3 sophomore guard from Medina in Buckeye High School. Dees with it on the right wing. Working against Baskerville. He'll send it out top to Megerly. Between the circles, he'll dribble off right side. Skip it over to Cooper on the left wing. Cooper on a 17-footer up. He left it short, gets his own rebound back, drives to the hoop, kicks it out to Dees. Now to Seaver for 3 from the wing. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Dees of the Comets. Dees into the lane, loses a handle on it. It's knocked out by the Yellow Jackets. Capital will retain possession with 11 left on the shot clock. Caden Madigan, the 5'11 sophomore guard from Wadsworth, into the game for the Yellow Jackets. Capital holding with the 5 they had on the floor before the break. Seaver with it. 1 second on the shot clock. Hoist from 18. It's off the mark. Rebound to Richardson. He throws it back. It's taken by Gowan, who flips it up and in somehow. Gets it in the hoop and cuts the deficit to 6. It's 11-5. Yellow Jackets in front at the 13-minute mark of the first half. Madigan left the shot short. It's rebounded by Dees. Dees dribbles off to the right wing. Loses a handle on it, does Cooper. It's poked out by the Yellow Jackets. So Capital will retain possession. Checking into the game for the first time today, number 15, Braylon McClarty, a 6'2 freshman guard from Brooklyn, Ohio, and Cuyahoga Heights High School. Gowan caught the inbound pass, gave it quickly to Megerly. Megerly out top, left of the lane on the drive, stops on the block, gets it taken away by Hudak. Hudak outlets it to Hamilton, and Hamilton loses a handle on it out of bounds for the turnover. Seaver inbounds it to Dees. Dees up the floor for the Comets. Sends it over to the left wing to Megerly, who lobs it inside to Gowan and left it too far. That's a turnover for the Comets. Madigan running point for the Yellow Jackets. Jump stops after he gets into the front court, gives it to Hudak, who sends it over to Hamilton on the left wing. Now out top to McClarty, back to Hamilton. On the left wing, Hamilton will dribble it out and give it to Richardson out top. Richardson drives to the left of the lane and backs it out. Back to Hamilton. He lost a handle on it. A jump ball is called for, and the Yellow Jackets will retain possession with 8 on the shot clock and 11:57 left to play in this first half. Back on the floor for the Comets, Finkenbein along with Ike and Nixon. So 4/5 of their starting 5 on the floor as Megerly stays on, and Seaver will be the lone non-starter back on the floor for the Comets. Madigan with it, spins to get into the lane, dumps it to Richardson, who gets the layup to go off the left side with the right hand to give the Jackets an 8-point lead, 13-5 with 11:44 to play in the half. Nixon out top with the basketball. He'll drive into the lane. Spin to his left. Throw up a jumper. It's short. It's rebounded by Hamilton, who skips it over to Hudak. Now to Madigan, who had it punched out of bounds by Finkenbein. Good anticipation by Finkenbein. Just a second too late to get the steal. McClarty with the basketball to inbound. Just shy of the midcourt stripe. Gives it to Madigan. Madigan into the front court. It's a screen out top from Hudak, gets off right side, and sends it out to Richardson on the right wing. Hands it off to Hamilton. Hamilton unloads a 3 from the right wing, off back iron, rebounded by Megerly. He sends it out near side to Finkenbein on the drive. Finkenbein dishes it into the corner of the Seaver. Pump fakes the 3, gets it poked out of bounds by Hudak. It will stay with the Comets. Finkenbein will inbound it. Out to Seaver, out top. He'll hand it back to Finkenbein. He'll fire up a deep 3. It's off back iron, rebounded by Caden Hudak. He'll give it to Caden Madigan. Into the front court, Madigan dribbles off right side. Hands it to Hamilton, but between the circles, he'll send it left wing to McClarty on the drive. He gets it shut off, so he'll back it back out to the arc and fire a 3. Left it short. It's punched into the air by Hudak and saved by Finkenbein to Ein, who then gets the ball into the front court. Ike off to the right side. And he throws it away as Megerly has to track it down with a save over the center line. Back to Ike. Ike pressured by Hudak, and Ike absolutely crushed Hudak with an elbow to the jaw, and it's Hudak who will draw the foul. Coach Tom Heil, the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, says, hey, Mr. Official, I'd like to have a chat with you about that being an offensive foul, and to no avail. A.J. Postello returns for the Yellow Jackets. He'll replace Caden Hudak. Callaway White back for the Comets to relieve Severs, so it's a starting 5 on the floor for the Comets. Ike with the ball. Sends it right wing to Callaway White, out top to Nixon, back to Megerly, now to Finkenbein, out top, looking for Megerly on the drive. It's tipped out of bounds by the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Capital basketball. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and we are just about at the midway point of this first half. Finkenbein inbounds it to Nixon, gets it right back, hoists the shot that's off the mark and rebounded by McClarty. McClarty into the front court, kicks it into the corner to Hamilton for 3. Got it! Baldwin Wallace 16, Capital 5 with 9:46 to go in the first half. Finkenbein sends a pass over to Megerly on the right wing, out top to Nixon. It gets sent back to Finkenbein. He pump faked the 3, kicked it into the corner to Ike for 3. Got it. Coach Tom Heil is absolutely in disgust, puts his head in his hands, felt that Finkenbein left the floor and traveled and did not get the call. And now the Yellow Jackets get hit with an offensive foul. And that's a turnover for the Yellow Jackets. Ellington and Reynolds come back for the Yellow Jackets. McClarty and Madigan come out. So on the floor, it's Richardson, Postello, Hamilton, Ellington, and Reynolds. Richardson picked up the offensive foul. That's the third. That's his first. That's a 4th now on the Yellow Jackets. Ike with it. Into the high post it goes to Megerly, who spins beyond the three-point arc. He gives it to Ike. Ike on the drive, dishes it to Finkenbein. Now it goes to Matt O'Donnell, who's seeing his first action today. And O'Donnell will commit the offensive foul as Hamilton hit the deck hard. Getting hit by the 6'6", 210-pound freshman forward from Milford, Ohio. That's O'Donnell's first. That's the second on the Comets in the half. Yellow Jackets doubling up the Comets 16-8 right now with 8:53 to play here in the first half. Reynolds sends it over to Richardson on the right side of the floor. He'll give it off to the right wing to Ellington into the corner to Richardson. Pump fakes a 3 on the drive. Deposits it with the finger roll. It's 18-8. Yellow Jackets in front. Finkenbein across the timeline with a pass to Megerly. Then sends it over to Callaway White on the left wing. White working against Ellington. Out top it goes to O'Donnell. He hands off to Ike, then it sends over to Finkenbein from the right wing for 3. Left it short. It was on line, just off the mark, and it's Ellington with the board. Ellington over to Reynolds on the left side of the floor. He drives baseline, gets it shut off, and outlets it to Postello. Postello on the drive, gets in the lane, kicks it over to Ellington in the corner. Ellington tracks it down on the right wing, looking for a lob inside. A hold is called on the floor against number 3, Alex Ike. That's his first. That's the third on the Comets. And the Yellow Jackets will inbound the basketball. It'll be Reynolds who will do the honors. He lobs it into Postello, gets it right back in the corner and fires up a 3 off the mark, left it short. And the official said it hit the cord that attaches to the lever that raises and lowers the hoops here at Ursprung Gymnasium. That's a turnover, as the ball is considered out of bounds at that point, and Capital will get possession of the ball. Finkenbein with the left hand dribbles the ball into the front court, called out the play with the right before he got to midcourt, sends it to Ike on the left wing. Back to Finkenbein. Finkenbein lobs it inside to Megerly, up off the window. It's in. 18-10. The Yellow Jacket lead down to 8 with 7:35 to play in the half. Reynolds out top, sends it inside to Postello, over to Ellington on the left wing. Thought about a 3 now on the drive. Spins to his left, kicks it into the corner to Richardson. Richardson on the drive, up off the window and in. 20-10. Yellow Jackets in front by double digits. 7:15 to play in the first half. Callaway White with it on the right wing. He'll send it out top to Ike. Fakes a 3 from deep. Sends it over to Finkenbein. Now over to Megerly on the left side of the floor. Megerly spins to his left. Ducks the shoulder. Up and in. Count it. He'll get one more coming from the line as Dom Megerly drew the foul. against Isaac Richardson. That's Richardson's second. That's the fifth on the Yellow Jackets in the half. Hudak and Baskerville will come back for the Yellow Jackets as Hamilton and Richardson will take seats. Nixon will come back on for the Comets. Immediate timeout on the floor with 6:58 to play here in the first half. It's 20-12 in favor of the Yellow Jackets, with the Comets going to the line to try and complete a three-point play. While we have this break in the action, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball games are being brought to you by University Hospitals Trasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. And Dane Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's games are also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. And Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's doubleheaders against Capital on BWYellowJackets.com. Out of the timeout, the Yellow Jackets will send Reynolds, Postello, Hudak, Ellington, and Baskerville onto the floor. The Comets answer with Callaway White, Megerly, Nixon, Cooper, and Finkenbein. And Megerly's free throw attempt is off back iron. It'll be rebounded by A.J. Postello. Costello outlets it far side to Baskerville. He'll walk the ball into the front court. Dribble off left side and send it out top to Ellington. Ellington on the dribble drive. Gets near to the lane. Crosses up a defender. Spins to his left. Throws up a runner and gets it to go. 22-12, I should say. The Yellow Jackets in front by 10 with 6:35 to play in the half. Finkenbein sends it over to Megerly, who then passes it over to Callaway White on the left wing. Gets it out to Cooper. Cooper crosses up a defender, gets to the left, right of the lane, throws up a runner. It's no good. Rebound tipped out to Cooper. Off on the left wing, it's Megerly who gets hit with shuffling his feet. And that's a turnover for the Comets. Hudak will inbound for the Yellow Jackets in front of his own bench, and he'll do so to Baskerville. Baskerville on the drive. Scoop shot in the lane. He landed on one of the Comets. That is not good. Oh, my goodness. He landed on Saran Callaway White, who picked up the hard luck foul. And Baskerville will go to the line to shoot two. He came in at 71.4%, 20 of 27 on the season. Front end of the two-shot foul is off the mark. No good. Off back iron and off to the left. He'll look to split the pair and give the Yellow Jackets an 11-point advantage if he can hit. Put it on the deck once, give it a spin, and the southpaw will split the pair as that one will rattle in off the left side of the rim. It's 23-12. The Yellow Jackets in front with 6 minutes to go in the half. Finkenbein with the basketball. He'll dribble into the lane, throw it up off the window and in to cut the deficit to 9, 23-14. Baskerville pushes the pace the other way, hands off to Reynolds. He'll fire up a three from the left wing. Got it! Nothing but the bottom of the net for Miles Reynolds, the Cleveland native and St. Edward graduate, buries the triple to put the Yellow Jackets in front by 12 with 5:30 to play in the half. Finkenbein with it on the left wing. Checked by Baskerville. He'll lob it inside to Nixon, who finger rolls it in. No need for the glass as he puts it up and in. Jacket lead down to 10. Baskerville from the left wing drives into the lane, kicks it out to Ellington for three from the right wing. It's off the mark, rebound to Nixon. Nixon outlets it near side to Cooper. Cooper crosses up a defender, steps into a three. It rims out. Rebound tracked down by Ellington for the Yellow Jackets. Ellington up the near sideline. Gets a screen from A.J. Postello. He'll step back, thought about a three, now enters it inside. Postello drop steps to his left, up off the window, it's in. 28-16, Yellow Jackets in front with 4:40 to play here in the first half. Cooper taking his time to get the ball into the front court because Justin Nixon needed to tie his shoe. So the ball gets reversed now to Megerly in the post. He lost his dribble, ducks his shoulder, left it short. It's rebounded by Postello. He outlets it far side to Baskerville. He headmans the ball to Ellington. Ellington gets by the last defender and lays it up and in with the right hand. 30-16. The Yellow Jackets in front with 4:10 left in the half. Nixon with the basketball. Backing down Postello. Spins to his right. Left a hook shot short. It's rebounded by Ellington. Ellington pushes the tempo for the Yellow Jackets. Crosses up. Callaway White throws up a runner. It's no good. Callaway White gets the rebound. He'll push 1-on-3 to the right wing. Wait for the Comets to catch up. Now try to drive. Scoop shot up with the right hand and in. 30-18. The Yellow Jackets up by 12 after the basket from the Comets with 3:46 left to go here in the first half. A timeout on the floor by the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. It is a full timeout. So while we have this opportunity, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball doubleheader games are being brought to you by University Hospital's Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's games are also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball games on BWYellowJackets.com. 3:46 left to go here in the first half. It's the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets leading the Capital Comets by 12, 30-18. Neither team in foul trouble yet. The Yellow Jackets have committed 5, the Comets 4. Both teams have used a timeout. They still have 5 remaining. On the floor for the Comets after the break, it's Nixon along with Callaway White, Dees, Seaver, and Cooper. The Yellow Jackets will counter with Baskerville, Ellington, Hudak, Reynolds, and Postello. Baskerville inbounded it to Ellington. Ellington brought it up the floor, dribbles off to the left wing. Postello tried to give him a screen and got absolutely popped by Callaway White. Play continues as Postello gets it in the post from Baskerville. He'll post up Nixon, spin to his right, go up off the window and in for A.J. Postello. L.J. Dees quickly up the near sideline. Hits a screen from Seaver to get left side. Sends it over to Callaway White on the right wing. Callaway White enters it inside. It's poked away and stolen by Baskerville. Baskerville up the near sideline. Dribbles off on the left wing. Enters it inside to Postello. Postello dribbles to the free throw line and back to the block. Spins to his right. Throws up a turnaround hook shot and it goes for the sophomore from Stowe Monroe Falls High School. LJ Dees up the near sideline on the right wing. Enters it inside to Nixon. Nixon feigns a pass out of the post. Tries to drive. Gets it stripped out of bounds. Off of Nixon as Baskerville got his hands in there to jostle loose, and Nixon fumbled it out of bounds. Alex Ike returns for the Comets. He'll replace Darryl Cooper. Reynolds inbounds it to Baskerville. Baskerville will jog it into the front court. We're against LJ Dees. Baskerville gets a screen from Postello, loses a handle on it, has to throw it to Postello as he falls out of bounds to keep the possession for the Yellow Jackets. Postello drives to the right of the lane, backs down Nixon, draws a double team, kicks it out to Ellington for three, got it, 37-18. The Yellow Jackets in front by 19 with 2:10 left to go here in the first half. Dees on the dribble drive, kicks it out to Nixon. He'll reverse it over to Eink on the left wing. Eink sends it over to Seaver on the right wing. Now to Dees on the handoff. Dees driving right of the lane, scoop shot up and banks it in over Ellington's reach. LJ Dees with a nice off-balance shot to stop the Yellow Jacket run and cut the deficit to 17 at 37-20. Postello with it off on the right wing. He'll try to drive to the left of the lane, turn to his right, lifts a shot, left it short. It's rebounded by Seaver. Seaver outlets it to Dees. Dees up the middle of the floor, gets fouled on the drive, and that will go against Titus Baskerville, the fourth. That's his first. That's the sixth on the Yellow Jackets. One more, and Capital will be shooting some free throws. Isaac Richardson checks into the game for the Yellow Jackets. He will spell A.J. Postello. LJ Dees will inbound for the Comets. He'll send it in the backcourt for Callaway White. 1:24 left to go in the first half. 18 seconds on the shot clock for the Comets as it gets sent over to Dees on the left wing. Dees wraps around a pass to Nixon and then wings it out of bounds for another turnover by the Comets. The Yellow Jackets will get possession. A.J. Postello and Braden Hamilton will come back in. Caden Hudak and Isaac Richardson will check out. Reynolds will inbound to Baskerville. McCain Finkenbein will be back for the Comets. He's on the floor with Eink, Nixon, Callaway White, and Seaver. Baskerville on the drive, kicks it into the corner to Hamilton. Hamilton pump fakes right, goes left, sends it to Postello, who gets crushed on the block by Callaway White. Postello hits the deck face first, gets up in disgust and dismay. Felt like he got fouled. And the Yellow Jackets will inbound with exactly 1 minute left to go in the half. Dom Beggerly sent to the scorer's table to relieve Callaway White. Titus Baskerville, the fourth, lobs it in to Postello, who gets it poked away. It's taken away by Finkenbein. He wraps around to save to Seaver and gets it right back after diving in and coming back from the near sideline. Finkenbein behind the back pass to Seaver, gets erased on the shot attempt by Postello. Quickly the other way. Postello picks up the deflection, goes up off glass, no good, left it short. It's rebounded by Meggerly. Up the floor to Eink. It gets handed off to Seaver from Finkenbein for three from the right wing. Got it. 37-23. Jacket lead down to 14 with 30 seconds left. About a 2-second differential between the shot and game clocks. The Yellow Jackets can't use it all, but they can use most of it. Baskerville content to dribble out some of the clock. Near the far sideline in front of the scorer's table, he looks to the Yellow Jacket bench to get his cues as to when to charge to the hoop. He draws a double team off of the hedge on the screen. Gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds on the drive, goes up off the window, left it short. It's no good. Rebounded by the Comets and then thrown out of bounds by A.J. Postello after he caught the deflection. And that will bring the first half to a close as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets lead the Capital Comets by a 37-23 count after the first 20 minutes of play. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first half statistics and preview the second half of action between the Comets and Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets here on BWYellowJackets.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside the Ursprung Gymnasium at the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's men's basketball action, finishing off a doubleheader between the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and Capital Comets. At the half, the men's basketball team leads Capital 37-23, leading the way for the Yellow Jackets with 10 points and 4 rebounds. It's A.J. Postello, the sophomore forward from Stowe Monroe Falls High School. He's also added an assist, a steal, a solo block, and a block assist in the first half. Also in the scoring column with 8, Isaac Richardson off the bench. He is 4 of 4 from the field. And 7 points from Ray Ellington, who is 3 of 6 from the floor and 1 of 3 from three-point range. And then 3 points each from Braden Hamilton, Titus Baskerville IV, Miles Reynolds, and Andrew Griffith. Postello and Ellington leading the way on the boards with 4 apiece, and then assists 4 from Titus Baskerville IV, who has added 2 of the Yellow Jackets' 4 steals. Individually leading the way for the Comets with 5, it's Dom Megerly, then 4 from Justin Nixon, 3 from Alex Eink and Ryan Seaver, and then 2 each from Brody Gowan, LJ Dees, McCain Finkenbein, and Saran Callaway White. Megerly also leading the way. In addition to the 5 points, he has 5 rebounds to lead the team. The leading playmaker, McCain Finkenbein, with 3 assists, and then 1 steal each for Callaway White and Finkenbein. The block shots belong to Ryan Seaver. As a team, the Yellow Jackets 15 of 28 from the field, 53.6%, 4 of 9 from three-point range, 44.4%, and 3 of 4 at the free throw line, 75%. Capital 10 of 28 from the field, 35.7%, 2 of 7 from three-point range, 28.6%, and 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 33.3%. Points off turnovers, BW 15-2 lead in that department. They're also outscoring Capital 22-16 in the paint, 7-2 on fast breaks, and 11-7 off the bench. Capital a 3-2 edge in second chance points. The Yellow Jackets committing 5 turnovers in that first half. Capital 10. Capital starts the second half with the basketball. It's Finkenbein stepping into a 3 and going off the side of the rim, tracked down by Ellington of the Yellow Jackets, who have on the floor Postello, Baskerville, Reynolds, and Griffith. So it's their starting 5 against Capitals, as well as Eink brings the ball up after a steal with Nixon, Megerly, Callaway White, and Finkenbein on the floor. Finkenbein skips it over to Eink, now into the corner to Callaway White for 3. Off back iron, rebound to Megerly. He gives it to Nixon, who puts it up off the window and in. 37-25. The lead down to 12 for the Yellow Jackets, and one of the Yellow Jackets is down in a heap underneath the hoop. It's A.J. Postello, who gets up off the floor and will trot down to the offensive end for the Yellow Jackets, who are going left to right here in the second half. Capital going right to left. Capital in purple uniforms with white and silver trim, and the Yellow Jackets in gray with white and numerals and brown trim with the Yellow Jacket logo on the chest. Matt Florjancic on the call of today's game with you as the Comets and Yellow Jackets do battle. A kicking violation against the Comets forces the Yellow Jackets to inbound underneath their own hoop, and it will be Ellington who will inbound for the Yellow Jackets. He'll lob it into Postello, feigns the handoff to Ellington, and backs down Nixon. He'll drive to his right, go up with the shot, miss it, get his own rebound back, miss the putback, and he'll get 2 coming from the line as Nixon got a hold of him on the second shot attempt. That's Nixon's first. That's a first on the Comets in the half. And Postello goes to the line. We're on the season. Been a struggle for him. He's 12 of 33, 36.4%. The front end of the 2-shot foul on the way, and it's in for the Yellow Jacket sophomore. Second attempt on the way. Off back iron, rebound to Megerly. He hands off to Finkenbein. Finkenbein working against Baskerville into the front court. He'll send a pass right wing to Eink. Eink with the basketball on the dribble drive, kicks it to Nixon out top, now to Callaway White. He'll drive into the lane. Fall away jumper up. It rattles out. It's rebounded by Ellington. Ellington up the floor to the left wing. Spins to get into the lane. Fall away jumper from 15. Got it. 40-25. Jackets in front by 15 with 18-12 left to go in the second half. Finkenbein on the drive, dishes it to Megerle. Megerle checked by Postello, spins to his right, up off the window, no good. But he'll get two coming from the line as Postello called for the body foul. That's Postello's first. That's the first on the Yellow Jackets in the second half. And Megerle will go to the line where he came in 20 of 38, 52.6%. And he's 1 of 3 on the day. His fourth attempt of the game is off back iron, no good. Ryan Seaver comes back. He'll relieve Callaway White. As Megerle looks to split the pair, and he will. 40-26. Jackets in front by 14. Under 18 minutes to play in regulation. Ellington with it. It's a screen from Postello. Drives into the lane. Dumps it to Postello. In traffic. Goes up and lays it in with both hands. 42-26. Jackets in front. Ellington dropping a great dime right there on the assist. A beautiful pass. Didn't look like it had much of a lane to get it through, but managed to do so. Nixon on the other end. Spins to his left and gets a shot up and in over Ellington to cut the deficit back to 14. Baskerville on the drive. Scoop shot with the left hand, up and good. 44-28. Jackets in front. 17-20 left in regulation. Eink with it. Out top to Seaver. He'll send it left wing to Megerle. Megerle out top to Nixon. Backdoors a pass to Seaver. And Seaver gets the right-handed layup to go. The Yellow Jackets got caught with 5 defenders above the free throw line, and that left Seaver a whole lot of court space to do whatever he needed to do. Baskerville tried to duck underneath a defender and got hit for his troubles. Nixon picks up the foul. That's his second. That's the second on the Comets in the half. Baskerville took a second to collect himself. And now Reynolds will inbound it to him. Baskerville backs it back out between the circles. Charges to the left wing, gets a screen from Postello. Out top to Griffith. Griffith's trying to work a two-man game. Enters it into the mid-post to Postello. Postello throws it out top. It's stolen away by Megerle. Megerle up the floor, dishes it to Eink. 3 from the left wing on the way. Off the side of the rim. It's rebounded by Finkenbein. Finkenbein was the trailer. Outlets it to Seaver for 3 from the right wing. Left it short. Rebound hustled after by Eink. That's 2 offensive rebounds on his possession. And now he'll hoist and rattle in a 3 for the Comets. What a series on the offensive end of the floor by Alex Eink. 2 offensive rebounds and then pulls up and buries a 3 to cut the deficit to 11. It's 44-33. Yellow Jackets in front. The Comets cut the deficit to 11 with 16:23 to play in the second half. Timeout on the floor by the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. It's a full timeout. While we have this opportunity, I want to remind everybody that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball doubleheader is being brought to you by University Hospital's Trzynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and student athletes, BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's games are also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue, the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893, Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket basketball doubleheader with Capital on BWYellowJackets.com. Out of the timeout, it's Eink with Gowan, Seaver, Megerle, and Finkenbein on the floor for the Comets. The Yellow Jackets counter with their starting 5 of Baskerville, Reynolds, Griffith, Ellington, and Postello. Postello inbounds it to Baskerville. He's up the near sideline, off to the right wing. Sends it into the corner to Reynolds for three. Rattles in and out, no good. Rebound to Gowan. He outlets it to Megerly, who then hands it off to Finkenbein. Finkenbein into the front court. Off right side, working against Baskerville, gets to the wing, gets a screen out top from Gowan. Sends it into Gowan, but it's stolen away by Reynolds. 3-on-2 break for the Yellow Jackets momentarily. Reynolds to Baskerville for three from the left wing. Got it. 47-33. Jackets back in front by 14. 15:44 left and counting in this second half. Finkenbein sends it over to Seaver on the left wing. Now to Megerly. Gets it out top to Gowan. Gowan puts it on the deck one time with the right hand and gives it off to Eink. Eink back to Seaver. Seaver over to Finkenbein from the left wing. Drives it behind the back pass. Stolen away by Ellington. Ellington into the front court for the Yellow Jackets. He'll back it up into the center circle. Gets a screen from Postello. Steps into a three-pointer from the left wing, off the side of the rim and out of bounds. Last touch by the Yellow Jackets. It goes over to the Comets. Seaver inbounds it to Finkenbein. He'll give it back to Seaver as Seaver crosses midcourt. Seaver dribbles on the right wing, hands off to Eink. Eink gets a screen from Gowan, gets out top. Sends it over to Finkenbein on the left wing. Finkenbein finds Seaver, cutting to the hoop. Seaver throws on the brakes. Post up against Griffith. Throws it baseline to Gowan from 15 for the jumper. It rattles out. It's rebounded by Ellington. Ellington gives it off near side to Reynolds, who gets into the front court. Gets a screen from Griffith. Gets in the lane. Goes up, off glass, and good. 49-33. Yellow Jackets in front by 16 with 14:27 to go. Finkenbein with it, out top, spins around. Postello wraps around a pass to Seaver from the right wing, passes up a three, tries to drive, left it short from 5 feet. It's rebounded by Postello. You can see everybody on the Capitol bench thought Seaver was going to lift a three, and there was some disappointment that he didn't. Going the other way, it's Griffith handing off to Baskerville on the dribble drive, wraps it around to Ellington for a deep three. It's off back iron, rebounded by Alex Eink. Eink throws it into the front court to Megerly on the left wing. Gives it inside, I should say, to Gowan. Gowan spins to his left, goes up off glass, no good. Finkenbein there for the board, and a foul on the floor is going to be called against Titus Baskerville, the fourth, it looks like. That's a second on Baskerville. That's the second on the Yellow Jackets in the half. Timeout on the floor with 13:40 left in this second half. It's immediate timeout. So while we have this break in the action, I want to remind you once more that today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball games are being brought to you by University Hospitals, Trzynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's games are also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue, the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893, Chuck Rotundo and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider, Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of the Yellow Jacket Athletics, Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event, and Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball doubleheader against Capital on BWYellowJackets.com. 13:40 left to play here in the second half. It's 49-33. Baldwin Wallace in front by 16. The fouls are even at 2. BW has 4 timeouts remaining. Capital has 5 on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. It's Miles Reynolds, Caden Hudak, Isaac Richardson, Braden Hamilton, and Caden Madigan on the floor for the Comets. McCain Finkenbein, Ryan Seaver, who catches the inbound pass on the right wing and hands it back to Finkenbein. Alex Eink, Dom Megerly, and Brody Gowan. Megerly from 17 unloads a jumper. He's off the mark. It's rebounded by Richardson. And Richardson hands it off to Miles Reynolds. And the Yellow Jackets will be forced to inbound it because the music kept playing as the play resumed. So 14 seconds of game action drowned out by the in-house music. Reynolds inbounds it to Madigan and gets it back. Reynolds dribbles off left wing, unloads the three, left it way short, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Yellow Jackets. So the ball will go over to the Comets, who send in L.J. Dees along with Saran Callaway White, who check in for Dom Megerly and Alex Eink, respectively. Dees inbounds it to Callaway White and gets it right back. Dees gets it back on a backdoor pass from Cooper, up off the window and in. Cooper checked in for the first time in the second half. Get some good minutes for the Comets in the first half. He helps cut the deficit to 14 with the assist and a foul on the floor by the Comets. It's going to go against Darryl Cooper. That's his first. That's the third on the Comets. Miles Reynolds with it for the Yellow Jackets. 9 on the shot clock. He dribbles from the left side of the court to the right wing and then sends it over to Hamilton on the left wing, who gets it back from Hudak and then pump fakes and steps into a three. And it didn't get it lifted in time as a shot clock violation is called on the Yellow Jackets, so that's a turnover. L.J. Dees unloads a three for the Comets. It's off the mark, but it's rebounded by Ryan Seaver over to Cooper. Now on the dribble drive, it's Callaway White who loses a handle on it, and it's Reynolds coming out with it. Offloads it to Richardson. Richardson throws it down with the right hand and punctuates the possession. Hustling back the other way, though, it's Seaver who gets bumped by Caden Hudak, I should say. So Capital caught the Yellow Jackets getting back in transition, and Hudak committed the foul. That's his second. That's the third on the Yellow Jackets. And the 16-point lead stands at 51-35 with 11:57 to play in the half. Second half, I should say, as Ellington comes back to spell Miles Reynolds. Lob inside is stolen away by Richardson. He punches it into the front court, and it goes out of bounds off of Richardson. But now Capital, instead of inbounding underneath their own hoop, has to work 3/4 of the way up the floor. After taking possession of the basketball back. L.J. Dees with it, brings it into the front court. Sends it over to Cooper on the left side. It's stolen away by Madigan. Madigan hustling down the floor, gets stripped of it by Cooper, and the official on the far side is going to say that Cooper is guilty of a reach-in foul. That's Cooper's second. That's the fourth on the Comets. Justin Nixon comes back for the Comets to relieve Brody Gowan. Ellington inbounds it to Caden Hudak. Hudak hands it back off to Ellington. Ellington will dribble out near midcourt. Working against Callaway White. He drives inside, pulls up from 10, and a jumper rattles out. Rebound tipped around and controlled by L.J. Dees. He'll slow up after getting to the left wing, then throws it inside to Nixon, who bats it away from himself, and right to Cooper, and then to Dees. Dees dribbles off right wing. Gives it to Seaver. Seaver pulls up from 14. Got it. 51-37. Jacket lead down to 14 with 11:06 left to go here in the second half. L.J. Dees with some good hands defensively. He gets tied up with Madigan, and a jump ball is called as Madigan took exception to Dees' defense. And the possession arrow favors Baldwin Wallace. So BW will retain possession. Baskerville the fourth, and Postello come back in to relieve Hudak and Madigan. Baskerville drives to the left wing and gets into the lane, kicks it to Hamilton, fakes a three from the corner, dribbles out to the right wing, then sends it over left side to Baskerville. Baskerville crosses up Dees, gets in the lane, throws up a runner with the left hand and gets it to go. Lead back up to 16. Cooper into the front court, gets a screen from Nixon, gets to the left wing, drives into the lane, up off the window, it's no good, but Cooper is going to get two coming from the line as he was fouled in the act of shooting, says the official on the near sideline. It looks like Postello is going to get called for the foul. That's Postello's second. That's the fourth on the Yellow Jackets in the half. And Darryl Cooper will go to the line to shoot two, where he comes in 9 of 13 on the season, 69.2%. The front end of the two-shot foul is up, and it rolls off the left side of the rim, no good. Finkenbein comes back, and he'll replace Dees. Second attempt on the way, and Cooper splits the pair, cuts the deficit to 15, 53-38. 10-28 and running on the second half clock. Baskerville brings the ball into the front court, crosses up Cooper, gets to the lane, gets it batted out of bounds by Nixon, and the Yellow Jackets will will inbound the basketball underneath their own hoop. And it will be Baskerville who will do the honors, it looks like. He'll lob it into Hamilton in the corner. Hamilton thought about a three. Now he'll lift from the wing. Got it! 56-38. Jackets in front by 18 with 10-10 left to go in the second half. Cooper the other way for the Comets on the left wing. Jackets with a defensive switch. Richardson got him. Pass inside from Megerly to Nixon. Nixon spins to his right, ducks a shoulder, gets it erased by Postello, and Postello gets called for a foul and lets out a guttural scream as he walks away from the official. And that's probably the safest thing A.J. Postello can do right now. Let Coach Heil express his displeasure with the officials as Postello is still inconsolable. Baskerville trying to help him out. And Nixon rattles in the first of two free throws. Now Postello, after walking back towards the Yellow Jacket bench, will rejoin the lineup on the right side of the lane. Nixon's second shot is up and good as well. 56-40 is our score. Yellow Jackets in front by 16. 9:53 to play here in the second half. Seaver checks out for the Yellow Jackets. Ink is back on the floor as Baskerville drives to the hoop, misses the shot. Postello misses the follow-up, but he'll get two coming from the line as he was fouled in the act of shooting. That's Ink who picks up his second. And it should be the fifth foul on the Comets. Postello's first, up and good. Yellow Jackets back in front by 17. Second attempt on the way, off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded by Nixon. Nixon outlets it to Finkenbein. Finkenbein across midcourt, tries to drive to the right of the lane, kicks it in the corner to Cooper. Cooper spins to baseline, Hamilton there the whole way, couldn't get a shot lifted. Outlets it to Nixon. Nixon gets it to Finkenbein and lobs it back in to Nixon, and Nixon misses the driving layup. It's rebounded by Hamilton. Hamilton up the near sideline to the right wing. Enters it inside to Ellington. Ellington from 3 feet gets the baby jumper to go. 59-40, Yellow Jackets in front. And then Baskerville comes up with a steal on the inbound pass from Megerly to Finkenbein. Baskerville will back it out near the midcourt stripe, let the Yellow Jackets catch up. And now he'll dribble off to the left wing. Checked by Ink, now gets into the lane. Pump fakes to his right, goes to his left, scoop shot up and in for Titus Baskerville the fourth. 21-point advantage for the Yellow Jackets with 8:40 to play. Timeout on the floor by the Comets It is a full timeout by interim head coach Anthony Golson. While we have this opportunity, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball doubleheader with the Capital Comets is being brought to you by University Hospitals, Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Tonight's games are also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying today's men's and women's basketball doubleheaders games on BWYellowJackets.com. 61-40 is our score. Baldwin Wallace in front of Capital. 8:40 left to play in the second half. Both teams have 4 timeouts and have committed 5 fouls here in the second half. Neither team has broken their huddle yet. And now BW will with Griffith, Richardson, Hamilton, Ellington, and Baskerville on the floor. Capital counters with Nixon, Eink, Megerly, Finkenbein, and Cooper. Eink will inbound the ball on the near sideline. He gets it into Cooper. Cooper sends it right wing to Finkenbein. Finkenbein gets a screen from Megerly, throws it over to Nixon on the left side of the floor. Nixon hands it to Cooper. Cooper thought about a 3 now on a drive. Kicks it over to Finkenbein on the right wing to Eink in the corner for 3. Got it. 61-43. Capital cuts the deficit to 18. And now Capital's going to give BW some full court defense to work with as Finkenbein will challenge Baskerville up the floor. Baskerville off on the left wing. Sends it over to Hamilton on the right. Hamilton out top, picks up his dribble, looks for an outlet, finds Richardson. Richardson left side of the floor, gives it to Ellington on the wing. Ellington gets a screen from Griffith. Steps into a 3 with 5 on the shot clock. Left it short. It's rebounded by Cooper. Cooper for the Comets, pushing the other way to Megerly for 3 from the left wing. Off back iron, rebound to Ellington. Ellington spins to his left to keep possession of the ball. Dribbles up the floor. Gives it to Baskerville in the corner for 3. Got it! 64-43. Jackets open up a 21-point lead with 7:27 left to go here in the second half. Cooper dribbles it into the front court, checked by Hamilton. Out front to Megerly. He'll send it left wing to Eink. Eink dribbles back between the circles. Sends it over to Nixon. Nixon hands off to Finkenbein, then gets it right back. Gives it back now out front to Megerly. Over to Eink for 3 from the left wing. Left it short. It's off the side of the rim, and it's out of bounds off of the Comets. It will be Yellow Jacket basketball. A little good sportsmanship shown there by Andrew Griffith and Ray Ellington as they help Nixon up off the deck after he tried to pursue the basketball. Baskerville on the right wing, sends it into the corner to Hamilton. He'll unload a triple. Left it short, rebound to Richardson. Richardson in the corner, gives it out to Hamilton. Pump fake on the 3, gets it back. Richardson from the corner. Left it short, it's rebounded by Cooper. Cooper out top. He'll fire up a 3. Left it up too strong off back iron. Rebound controlled by Baskerville, but it doesn't really matter because a foul was called against the Comets. Nixon will check out after picking up his 3rd foul. He's replaced by Brody Gowan. Timeout on the floor with 6:33 left to go here in the second half. 64-43 is our score. Baldwin Wallace in front of the Capital Comets. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll finish off the action here in the nightcap of the doubleheader between Capital and Baldwin Wallace on BWYellowJackets.com. Welcome back, everyone, inside the Ursprung Gymnasium at the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's men's Ohio Athletic Conference basketball action taking place today. Matt Florjancic on the call of this game between Baldwin Wallace and Capital, which the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets lead 64-43 with 6:33 left to play here in the second half. The Yellow Jackets will inbound. It's Hamilton, Baskerville, Ellington, Richardson, and Postello on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. Hamilton inbounds it to Baskerville. LJ Dees, Saran Callaway White, Brody Gowan, Dom Megerly, and Alex Eink on the floor for the Comets. Baskerville with it out top, spins around Dees, goes up with the left hand, gets it swatted, but he got bodied up first and hit the deck. He'll draw the foul. That's the 7th foul on the Comets in the half. So the Yellow Jackets will be shooting some free throws down the stretch as they're in the bonus. And Baskerville will go to the line. We're on the year. He came in at 74.1%. It's an on-the-floor foul, not a shooting foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1 situation for Baskerville. And he'll earn the second by hitting the first. Baskerville in the first half went 3 of 4. So a little bit better than his average of 74.1%. Second attempt on the way, good as well. He's now 5 of 6 on the day at the free throw line. And he's spotted the Yellow Jackets out to a 23-point lead. Eink inbounds it to Dees. Dees hands off to Megerly. Between the circles, Megerly sends it over to Callaway White, who swings it into Gowan in the post. Gowan feigns the pass to Eink, tries to drive against Postello, goes up in the lane, misses the shot, and the rebound will be tracked down by Megerly. He'll outlet it to Dees. It's nearly stolen by Ellington, but it gets back to Megerly for 3. Got it! 66-46. The deficit down to 20 for the Comets, but they have plenty of work to do over the final 5:40 of regulation. Baskerville with the basketball on the right wing. He sends it over to Richardson. It's stolen away by Megerly. That should be a foul on Richardson. He gave Megerly a forearm shiver in the back. And the foul is called. It's the 6th foul on the Yellow Jackets. Richardson's lucky that's just a common foul. That could have been a lot worse for both sides. Fouls, obviously, for Richardson, but for Megerly, he was able to stop himself before sliding into the bench area, and Richardson will be taken out for Miles Reynolds. Dees to inbound the basketball. Does so to Callaway White. He hands it back to Dees. Dees to the left of the lane. Scoop shot up with the right hand. It rattles out. Rebound to Gowan. He outlets it to Callaway White. Callaway White on the right wing. Gets it into Gowan in the post. A blocking foul is called against Braden Hamilton. And that is the 7th foul on the Yellow Jackets. So Gowan will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Gowan, 12 of 21 at the free throw line this year, 57.1%. And Gowan will earn the second one as he makes the first. He'll retoe the line after exchanging some high fives with teammates. Put it on his left hip, take a deep breath. Dribble it once, aim, fire, and it'll rim in for him. Deficit down to 18, 66-48 with 5:17 left to play here in the second half. Full timeout on the floor by the Comets. While we have this break, I want to remind you that tonight's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball doubleheader is being brought to you by University Hospital's Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. And Dane Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's games are also brought to you by City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leader since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball doubleheader against the Capital Comets on BWYellowJackets.com. 66-48 is our score. Baldwin Wallace leads with 5:17 left to go here in the second half. Both teams called for 7 fouls so far in the half, meaning both teams are also in the bonus. The Yellow Jackets have 4 timeouts. Capital has 3. On the floor for the Comets, Ink, Gowan, Megerly, Callaway White, and Dees. On the floor for the Yellow Jackets, Ellington, Reynolds, Postello, Baskerville, and Hamilton. Ellington inbounds it to Postello, who runs from the sideline, or rather from the front court, I should say, along the sideline to catch the pass. Baskerville into the front court, gives it to Ellington. Ellington spins to get in the lane, goes up with a runner, misses the shot. It's rebounded by Gowan. Gowan to Dees. Dees up the floor in transition, showing no signs of stopping. Misses the shot, but Callaway White is there for the fall and the putback, which is good. Reynolds picks up his dribble just after crossing half court, and he's whistled for a travel call. So a turnover for the Yellow Jackets. Now Reynolds will check out, and Richardson will check back in. Dees dribbles the ball into the front court. Sends it off to Ink on the left wing. Ink out to Megerly. Back to Ink on the left wing for 3. Got it. Nothing but net. And the deficit's down to 13 at 66-53 with 4:19 left to go here in the second half. Baskerville gets fouled by Dees. 35 feet away from the hoop, if you will. Baskerville will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Baskerville 5 of 6 in the game. Reynolds will come back. Braden Hamilton will take a seat. The front end of the 1-and-1 is up and good for Baskerville. Second attempt on the way, good as well. Baskerville completes the pair, puts the lead back up to 15 with 4:04 left to go. Dees dribbles off to the right wing. Lobs it inside to Gowan, and a foul on the floor on A.J. Postello. He throws his hands up in frustration. That's his 4th. That's the 8th on the Yellow Jackets. And Postello needs to figure it out quickly as he has to hustle back onto the free throw lane. Gowan attempts the front end of the 1-and-1 and hits it, so he'll get a second. Second attempt on the way, good as well. 68-55 is our score. The Yellow Jackets in front by 13 with 4 minutes left to go here in the second half. Baskerville with the basketball. Lobs it inside to Postello. Postello with a jumping reverse layup. Gets the left-handed shot to go. Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout by the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll finish this one off between the Capital Comets and Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets from Berea on BWYellowJackets.com. Welcome back to Baldwin Wallace, everybody. Matt Florjancic on the call this game between Capital and BW. On the floor out of the timeout, it's Baskerville, Reynolds, Ellington, Postello, and Richardson for the Yellow Jackets. Eink, Gowan, Megerly, who gets a shot lifted, misses it. And then the putback from Gowan is no good as well. They're on the floor with LJ Dees and Saran Callaway White for the Comets. Ellington off on the right wing with the basketball. Working against a double team from Gowan and Megerly, sends it over to Baskerville on the left wing. Baskerville drives the middle of the floor, gives it to Postello in the post. He turns, wraps around a pass to Richardson, and the layup is good for Isaac Richardson. 72-55, Jackets in front. Megerly with it on the left post, dishes it to Callaway White. He gets fouled on his way up. And we'll get two coming from the line as Ellington commits the foul. That's his first. That's the 9th on the Yellow Jackets. Callaway White, 10 of 16 on the season, 62.5%. And hit the free throw line. First attempt is up, and it is good.
Back into the game for the Comets, number 24, McCain, Fickenbein, and number 42, Justin
Kane Fickenbein comes into the game for the Comets, as does Justin Nixon to relieve Gowan and Dees. And Callaway White misses. It rebound is tipped around and controlled by Nixon. He outlets it to Callaway White, who gives it to Fickenbein. He skips it over to Megerly in the left corner for three. Got it! 72-59. The Comets are within 13 with 2:44 to play. Baskerville sends it up to the far sideline to Reynolds. Reynolds into the corner to Ellington, but it's stolen away by Callaway White. Callaway White on the dribble drive all the way to the hoop. Goes up, misses the shot. It's rebounded by Ellington. Ellington throws it into the front court to Baskerville, who is crushed by Nixon. And Baskerville on the ground in front of us had to take a deep breath as he helped to his feet by a couple of Yellow Jackets and Alex Eink of the Comets. And Baskerville will go to the line to shoot a free throw. Richardson checks out. Hamilton comes in for the Yellow Jackets. Nixon tagged with the foul. That was his fourth. As the 9th on the Comets, so still a 1-and-1 situation for Baskerville. It's on the way, and it's on the mark. 73-59. Jackets in front by 14. Second attempt on the way, and it rattles in for the Yellow Jacket guard from Stowe Monroe Falls High School. Fickenbein with it. Out top, unloads a deep triple. It's in and out, no good. Rebound to Ellington. Ellington bodied up by Nixon. Outlets it to Baskerville, who floats it over to Reynolds across the timeline. Reynolds into the front court, and a foul is called on the floor. And if that's against Nixon, that's number 5, and he'll be done for the day. Yep, that is against Nixon. That's the 5th foul on him. That's the 10th on the team, so every foul on out is a 2-shot foul for the Yellow Jackets. And Gowan will replace Nixon. And Cooper comes in for Capital as well to replace Callaway White. Reynolds will go to the line to shoot 2. He's 75.8% on the season, 25 of 33. You can make it 26 of 34. So he hits the front end of the 2-shot foul. Toes the line to our right once more. Takes a deep breath, puts it on the deck once. Raises and leaves it short. It's rebounded by Eink. Eink dribbles up the right side of the floor. Lobs it over. It's to Cooper, but it's stolen by Hamilton, who hands it off to Baskerville. Baskerville steps through a double team. Gives it to Reynolds. Reynolds into the lane, drives to the hoop, up off the window. It's in, 77-59. Yellow Jackets push the advantage back up to 17 with 1:42 left to play here in the second half. Fickenbein sends it over to Megerly. It's knocked out of bounds out of the arms of Gowan by Baskerville. And the Comets will retain possession with 22 on the shot clock. It's inbounded to Megerly. Megerly finds Cooper going to the hoop. Cooper misses it. The follow by Finkenbein is up and in. Now Baskerville tries to dribble through a double team and is fouled with 1:24 left to go in the second half. The Yellow Jackets 77, the Comets 61. And Baskerville will go to the line to shoot two. The first is good as it rattles in for Baskerville. Timeout on the floor. Anthony Golson. Comets burn the 30-second timeout. Well, we have this break in the action. Want to remind you once more that today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball doubleheader has been brought to you by University Hospitals, Jasinski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics, Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. City Barbecue, celebrating 25 years of competition-quality barbecue. The Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. You're enjoying today's Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball doubleheader against the Capital Comets on BWYellowJackets.com. Baskerville at the line for his second free throw. It is on the way, and he left it short. It's rebounded by Cooper for the Comets. Cooper, Megerly, Eink, Gowan, and Fickenbein on the floor for the Comets. Cooper over to Megerly for three from the left side. It's off the mark. Rebound will be hauled in by Eink. He'll dribble it out to the arc. Enter it inside to Megerly. Megerly puts it up off the window and in for the Comets, 78-63. Jackets lead by 15. Baskerville takes the inbound pass from Postello. They're on the floor with Ellington, Reynolds, and Hamilton, and Baskerville took one too many steps before he passed the ball to Ellington. That's a traveling violation, and that's a turnover for the Yellow Jackets. Fickenbein with the basketball, lobs it into Gowan. Gowan back to Fickenbein. Pulls up from 13, left it long, and it's tipped out of bounds by Ray Ellington. So it'll stay with the Comets with 15 seconds left on the shot clock and 50.9 seconds left in the game. Cooper lobs it in to Gowan. He sends it over to Megerly on the right side of the floor. Megerly out front to Cooper. Cooper on a dribble drive, dishes it to Fickenbein along the baseline, and he gets the wraparound layup to go. It's a 13-point deficit for the Comets. Reynolds dribbling up the floor, fouled by Dom Megerly, and he'll head to the line to shoot two. Reynolds, line to our right. Takes a deep breath after getting the ball from the official. Raises up and misses the front end of the two-shot foul. Puts it on the deck once. Aims, fires, and rattles that one in. 79-65. Jackets in front by 14. Megerly rolls it into Cooper. Cooper picks it up. Dribbles it into the front court. Dribbles off to the right wing, now into the lane, jump stops, enters it inside to Gowan. His wraparound layup is no good. It's rebounded by Ellington. The shot clock is off, and the Yellow Jackets will push the ball into the front court. Capital looks to not foul right now as Megerly gets close to Ellington, but stops short of putting him at the line. Ellington will dish it to Postello. Postello will dribble out the final 5 seconds of the game clock as the Yellow Jackets of Baldwin Wallace will earn the 79-65 victory over the Comets. The Yellow Jackets outscored Capital 37-23 in the first half. They were even at 42 points apiece in the second half. The Yellow Jackets, however, earn the 79-65 victory. Capital will next be in action on Wednesday night when they play the Muskingum University Fighting Muskies. The Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets will next be in action on Wednesday night when they travel to Tiffin, Ohio to play the Heidelberg Student Princes in Ohio Athletic Conference action. The Comets fall to 4-7 overall. They're now 2-4 away from home and 1-3 in Ohio Athletic Conference play. The Yellow Jackets improved to 6-5 overall, 4-3 at home, and even their conference record at 2-2. For everyone here at Baldwin Wallace, my name is Matt Florjancic saying thanks for listening to today's games between Baldwin Wallace and Capital. We enjoyed having you along for the ride and look forward to seeing you on Wednesday when the BW women host the Heidelberg in Ohio Athletic Conference action. For everyone here, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great weekend, and as always, go Jackets.